Breaking. Oh, it looks like there's one here. It's a little longer than the other ones. Joe Biden might be stepping down. I don't know. That's why we're here, just in case this is like real news. So hopefully people will join me. Let's see. We'll find out. This is the White House screen right now. I was listening to the Putin interview. Don't know if you guys got to hear it yet. I was listening to Nick Fuentes cover it actually on Rumble. Something I said I wasn't going to cover it, but breaking news. What do you think? You think he's going to step down? Let's see. I'm going to check the betting odds. He's down 13 cents today. Kamala Harris is up more than Gavin Newsom. People are thinking he might step down. So here, check this out. This is the betting odds right now. He's down 14 cents. He just went down another point, and Kamala Harris is coming up. So what happens? I've been talking about this every show. So I'm watching the screen. We're watching the odds. Vonderloo, you're not done watching Tucker? Yeah, I wasn't done either, but it was kind of boring. That's why I was wondering why people were getting like super excited about it. First of all, Putin doesn't talk in English, so you have to listen to a translator. Wow, Biden is dipping down 15 cents now. This is a live updating screen. I said I would bet against him. Man, I would have. So here's the live. So let's see what else the odds say. Hold on, let me go to markets. Joe Biden, down 18 cents. Gavin Newsom up 6 cents. And now Joe Biden is down as the presidential election winner too. So things are changing fast. Somebody knows that what he's going to say, but they didn't announce it. So breaking. All right, let's see what's going on Twitter. How's everybody doing? The Putin interview is out. Yeah, they talked about his memory. So if you missed the show earlier today, it was about the FBI documents that talked about how Biden is out of it and can't remember stuff. So I'm tuning in. I'm actually doing this because I really believe it's possible he's going to bow out. So I'm watching it here. So we're watching this here. This is on one screen. So this is cool. And this is on another screen to see if it's predictive. He just went up 1 cent. Oh, this is on another screen. This here. So Kamala Harris, he did tweet out about Kamala Harris just today. I was like, does that mean he's stepping down? Oh, yeah. Now he's down to 67 cents. He's down 16 cents today. He's down 16 cents today as being the nominee. And I can't load money on there. I'd have to use my, I can't load money on there. I had to verify my identity. I really should have. But I got money in cryptocurrency. That's risky enough for me. So, hey, everybody, what's up? Well, then, why all the surprise? We don't know. Elephant Tusk said it's all orchestrated. So, apparently it's in minutes. I tuned into Steve Luckner at No Agenda News. Oh, maybe we can get Katie on the show. We'll get her in the background for sure. She's coming home shortly. So breaking news. Here are the odds updating in real time. Kamala Harris. If he steps down? Wow. Can he give the speech? I mean, he doesn't want to get worse, but he is so bad. I mean, mentally, he's just not with it at all. So everybody get your popcorn out. We're here covering the story. So Joe Biden, who will win the 2024 presidential nomination? Could be Kamala Harris. I mean, what do they do if Joe Biden drops out and Kamala Harris takes his place? then you would think the primary is wide open at that point. So you would start having people. Hillary Clinton is up 1 cent today. Let's see what the other possibilities are. 8 more possibilities. Bernie Sanders, Pete Buttigieg, Elizabeth Warren, AOC. AOC? She's not even old enough to run, is she? Maybe she is now. Robert Kennedy Jr., 1 cent. Yeah, that's for the Democratic nomination. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's supposed to happen in minutes. I'm loaded on the White House screen. We're watching the odds change in real time. He's down 16 cents today, which is drastic. There, he's down 17 cents. So somebody's got to have a feeling about what he's going to say. Let's see. I'll go on X. I'll just go on the home page. Oops, somebody sent me a message on X. Oh, okay. Here. Interesting. Oh, that is interesting. Somebody sent me something where people are making fake IDs. Wow, that's cool. Wow. Use one to successfully bypass the identity verification check on a cryptocurrency exchange. That's interesting news. Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. Okay, what's going to happen? We don't know. Here's something that says, new inside the underground site where neural networks churn out fake IDs. I tested, made 2 IDs in minutes. Use one to successfully bypass the identity verification check on a cryptocurrency exchange. That does look like a real license. I should change my ID. Here's the process of me successfully bypassing the identity verification on OKX, a crypto exchange I've noticed is being used by criminals. As for a passport, he made a fake British passport. It approved it. So there's more fake IDs. Wow. Interesting. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'll go to home. Let's see what he's going to say. Appears the party has decided it's time to move on. Oh, this is an embarrassment to the country and to POTUS's Biden's legacy. I wouldn't be surprised if he does not make an announcement to step aside by next week. I tweeted that too. Biden calls for the president to step down. Babylon B says, if his memory is shit, you must acquit. Then there's stuff with Tucker Carlson. All right, we're watching it. I can't verify. The verification process for Predict It requires you to take a picture of your license, but I have to use my phone, which means I'd have to, well, maybe I can do that. I can change to the worse. I can change to the, I can do this. I can just stop the camera. And I can just talk to you guys like this. It doesn't even matter. Maybe I will try to make a bet, but I don't know. Now the odds have already changed. I should have made the bet earlier. I knew I should have. Biden's bouncing back a little bit. We don't know exactly when this is going to start. Is he going to cry? We don't know. I am live. I'm definitely live on the White House feed. It is definitely live. Okay, and there's no sound coming from it right now. I wonder if Fox News is probably covering it. Let's see what they're speculating. White House, Joe Biden delivers remarks. Biden speaking. Let's go live. Biden addresses nation. Okay, here we go. They've got a feed of the room. But I already have the White House screen open too, which just looks like this. We will begin shortly. But this is the live feed right here. With sound. I'm not going to gamble. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Let me say a few things before I take your questions. As you know, the special counsel released his findings today about their look into my handling of classified documents. I was pleased to see he reached a firm conclusion that no charges should be brought against me in this case. This was an exhaustive investigation going back more than 40 years, even into the 1970s when I was still a new United States Senator. The special counsel acknowledged I cooperated completely. I did not throw up any roadblocks. I sought no delays. In fact, I was so determined to give the special counsel what he needed, I went forward with a 5-hour in-person interview over 2 days on October the 8th and 9th of last year, even though Israel had just been attacked by Hamas on the 7th and I was very occupied. It was in the middle of handling an international crisis. I was especially pleased to see special counsel make clear the stark distinction and difference between this case and Mr. Trump's case. The special counsel wrote, and I quote, "Several material distinctions between Mr. Trump's case and Mr. Biden's are clear."
Sounds like he's not stepping down.
Most notably, after given multiple chances to return classified documents,
odds are changing back into his favor.
Mr. Trump allegedly did the opposite. According to the indictment, he not only refused to return the documents for many months, he also obstructed justice by enlisting others to destroy evidence and then to lie about it.
He's reading.
In contrast, he went on to say Mr. Biden turned in classified
documents. He can't do very
documents
well either.
to the National Archives and the Department of Justice, consented to the search of multiple locations, including his home, sat for a voluntary interview, and in other ways cooperated with the investigation, end of quote. I've seen the headlines since the report was released about my willful retention of documents. These assertions are not only misleading, they're just plain wrong. On page 215, if you had a chance, I know it's a thick document. On page 215, the report of the special counsel found the exact opposite. Here's what he wrote. There is, in fact, a shortage of evidence that I willfully retained classified materials related to Afghanistan. On page 12, the special counsel also wrote for another documents. The decision to decline criminal charges was straightforward. The evidence suggests that Mr. Biden did not willfully retain these documents. The evidence said I did not willfully retain these documents. In addition, I know there's some attention paid to some language in the report about my recollection of events.
He's not going to quit, I guess.
There's even reference that I don't remember when my son died.
Oh, no, that's
sad.
sad.
How dare he raise that? Frankly, when I was asked the question, I thought to myself, it wasn't any of their damn business.
Oh, give me a break.
Let me tell you something. Some of you have commented, I wear since the day he died, every single day, the rosary he got from Our Lady of.
This is sad.
Every Memorial Day, we hold a service remembering him, attended by friends and family and the people who loved him. I don't need anyone to remind me when he passed away.
Well, maybe he did.
Simple truth is I sat for a 5-hour interview over 2 days of events going back 40 years. At the same time I was managing an international crisis, their task was to make a decision about whether to move forward with charges in this case. That's their decision to make. That's the counsel's decision to make. That's his job. And they decided not to move forward. For any extraneous commentary, they don't know what they're talking about. It has no place in this report. The bottom line is the matter is now closed. I'm going to continue what I've always focused on, my job of being President of the United States of America. Thank you, and I'll take some questions.
Ooh, let's see how this goes.
Something the special counsel said in his report is that one of the reasons you were not charged is because, in his description, you are a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president, and I put this country back on its feet. I don't need his recommendation. It's totally
bad is your memory, and can you continue as president?
My memory is so bad, I let you speak. That's
Your
my,
memory has gotten worse,
No,
Mr.
look.
President.
my memory is not good. My memory is fine. My memory, take a look at what I've done since I become president. None of you thought I could pass any of the things I got passed. How'd that happen? You know, I guess I just forgot what was going on.
Mr. President,
If voters have concerns about your age, how are you going to assuage them? And do you fear that this report is only going to fuel further concerns about your age?
Only by some of you.
Mr. President,
Cleared up criminal liability today.
Mr.
But do you take responsibility for at least being careless with classified material?
I take responsibility for not having seen exactly what my staff was doing. It goes in and points out things that appeared in my garage, things that came out of my home, things that were moved not by me, but my staff.
Mr. President, for months when you were asked about your age, you would
Looks
respond with the
frightened.
words, "Watch me." Many American people have been watching, and they have expressed concerns about your age.
That is
They-
your judgment. That is
This
your
according to
judgment.
public
That
vote.
is not
They
the
expressed
judgment of the
concerns-
press.
They express concerns about your mental acuity. They say that you are too old. Mr. President, in December, you told me that you believe there are many other Democrats who could defeat Donald Trump. So why does it have to be you now? What is your
Because
answer to
I'm the
that?
most
Wow.
qualified person in this country to be president of the United States and finish the job I started.
Do you believe that? Why are you confusing the names of world leaders?
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.
I did not share classified information. I did not share it.
With your ghostwriter.
With my ghostwriter, I did not. Guarantee you did not.
But the
What
special counsel said in the
Well, no,
report
it
that he
did not say that.
Okay.
Oh, it did
But
say
Mr.
that.
President, one other-
Let me
Okay,
answer
thank
your
you.
question. The fact of the matter is, what I didn't want repeated, I didn't want him to know, and I didn't read it to him, was I had written a long memorandum to President Obama why we should not be in Afghanistan. And I was of this multiple pages. And so what I was referring to, I said classified. I should have said should be private because it was a contact between the president and the vice president as to what was going on. That's what it is referring to. It was not classified information in that document. That was not classified.
He's freaking out.
He called on me. When you look back at this incident, is there anything you would do differently now? And do you think that a special prosecutor?
Somebody said it's time to go, and he kept going though. One of his helpers said, "Hey, we're all done here," and he decided to keep going.
Should have been appointed in the first place in both of these cases?
First of all, what I would have done is oversee the transfer of the material that was in my office, in my offices. I should have done that. If I go back, I didn't have the responsibility to that. That was my staff was supposed to do that, and they referenced that in the report. And my staff did not do it in the way that, for example, I didn't know how half the boxes got in my garage until I found out staff gathered them up, put them together, and took them to the garage in my home. And all the stuff that was in my home was in filing cabinets that were either locked or able to be locked. It was in my house. It wasn't out in Mar-a-Lago in a public place and none of it was high classified. Didn't have any of that red stuff on it. You know what I mean? Around the corners? None of that. And so I wish I had paid more attention to how the documents were being moved and where. I thought they were being moved to the archives. I thought all of it was being moved. That's what I thought. Now, what was the last part of your question?
Whether a special counsel should have been appointed in this case and in the case of your rival president, former
I
president?
think a special counsel should have been appointed. And the reason I think a special counsel should have been appointed is because I did not want to be in a position that they looked at Trump and weren't going to look at me, just like they looked at the vice president. And the fact is they made a firm conclusion. I did not break the law, period. Thank you all very, very much. The hostage negotiation, look. I'm of the view, as you know, that the conduct of the response in Gaza, in the Gaza Strip, has been over the top. I think that, as you know, initially, the president of Mexico, Sisi, did not want to open up the gate. to
Assisi?
allow
Who's that?
humanitarian
President of
material
Mexico?
to get in. I talked to him. I convinced him to open the gate. I talked to Bibi to open the gate on the Israeli side. I've been pushing really hard.
Mexico,
really
he means
hard to get
Gaza,
humanitarian
right?
assistance into Gaza. There are a lot of innocent people who are starving.
That's
a lot
not
of innocent
correct.
People who are in trouble and dying, and it's got to stop. Number one. Number two, I was also in a position.
That was
where
wrong,
I'm
right?
the guy that made the case that we have to do much more to increase the amount of material going in, including fuel, including other items. I've been on the phone with the Qataris, I've been on the phone with the Egyptians, I've been on the phone with the Saudis to get as much aid as we possibly can into Gaza. There are innocent people, innocent women and children who are also in badly in need of help. And so that's what we're pushing. And I'm pushing very hard now to deal with this hostage ceasefire because I've been working tirelessly in this deal. How can I say this without revealing it? To lead to a sustained pause in the fighting, in the actions taking place in the Gaza Strip. And because I think if we could get the delay for that, the initial delay, I think that we would be able to extend that so that we could increase the prospect that this fighting in Gaza changes. There's also negotiations. You may recall in the very beginning, right before Hamas attacked, I was in contact with the Saudis and others to work out a deal where they would recognize Israel's right to exist, make them part of the Middle East, recognize them fully in return for certain things that the United States would commit to do. And the commitment that we were proposing to do related to two items. I'm not going to go in detail, but one of them was to deal with the protection against their arch enemy to the northwest, northeast, I should say. The second one, by providing ammunition and material for them to defend themselves. Coincidentally, that's the time frame when this broke out. I have no proof what I'm about to say, but it's not unreasonable to suspect that the Hamas understood what was about to take place and wanted to break it up before it happened.
Thank you, everybody. We're gonna need everybody to hold for a moment.
What did he say about? So I can rewind. And I don't think this is being covered by Fox News Live. There, here we go. They're going to have commentary, maybe? What did he say about Mexico?
To get humanitarian assistance to them. Initially, the president of Mexico, Sisi,
The president of Mexico, Assisi.
Humanitarian.
Okay, Assisi, I remember the name. President of Egypt? So somebody figured that one out for me. Sisi, I remember the name. That was a leader in the Middle East a while back, I think, but definitely not Mexico. The current president of Mexico, I looked that up, is not Sisi. It's Obrador. Katie's home. But that was a weird clip. I think he was talking about Gaza, George. I don't know. No idea. Isn't it Obrador? I looked up president of Mexico. It's Obrador, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador. But he said Assisi. I think that was Assisi, Egypt? Yeah. LCC. was the president of Egypt. Is the president of Egypt? Let's see. Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, Egyptian politician who has served as the sixth and current president of Egypt. Okay, hey, look at that. Huh? How about my Trivial Pursuit knowledge? El-Sisi, Egypt. I got it. So anyway, that was a big fuck up. That's the news coverage, I guess. I can go back to the betting odds. Thanks for the super chats. Oh no, nobody dropped any today. That's all right, no problem. You can support the show by dropping super chats or going to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. I'm going to sign off. The odds have gone back in Joe Biden's favor and against Kamala Harris and Gavin Newsom. He didn't announce he's going to retire. That's what we were waiting for. He did screw up by saying Mexico when he meant Egypt, but at least he mentioned the current president who's still alive, El-Sisi. So that's the news. Okay. I'm going to drop out. I was thinking he might drop out of the race or he might step down as president. So, all right, guys. So I'll see you at the next one. For now, that's what it is.